Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to have a bit of a different video here. We're going to take a look at 10 Pokemon that are only one move update away of becoming meta for the Open Great League, one for the Open Master League. And if you want to see more of those videos, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a like for this one. I want to make a little bit more like interesting on like this one where it's like research into the meta and stuff like this. So if you're interested in this one, I would really appreciate it if you could leave a like. It is free, it supports this channel and lets me know if you want to see more things like this. But today we want to take a look at 10 Pokemon you should keep for sure because they are one fast move or charge move away of becoming a meta. And the first one is going to be Umbreon. We're going to add here Sand Attack on Umbreon. I think I talked about this one like a year ago, so I don't know, like when Sand Attack kind of got dropped for the first time. And Umbreon with Sand Attack honestly would be one of the better Pokemon for the current meta. Currently kind of underwhelming, you don't really see Umbreon at all anymore nowadays. With Snarl, Foul Play, and Last Resort, it's just not really good in the current meta, but Sand Attack actually would give it a lot of play, because what this does is it allows you to hit especially those Poison and Steel type Pokemon for super effective damage that are currently floating around, which gives you the edge against like Pokemon like Clodsire, or also something like the Drapion, which you're going to have now a way better matchup against. And all of a sudden we see here already that the battle ranking goes up and the average win's gonna go up as well. And I looked through the different kind of shield scenarios and it does not seem to be overpowered whatsoever. It seems to be a very, very fair and balanced Pokemon with Sand Attack as a fast move. But it's gonna be instant meta. Like, it's literally gonna be nearly everywhere then as well afterwards, because you are going to be able to have the better matchup against the current meta, because there are quite a lot of poison type Pokemon after the Poison Sting buff mainly. And so that's going to be a very cool Pokemon to see. A 1-turn fast move, really, really good. And Sand Attack would be really cool to have on the Umbreon. Next up, Mantine. Mantine is underwhelming after the Wing Attack update, and so we can change either a better charge move, where there are not really any. I feel like the charge move set is kind of cool already with Aerial Ace and Ice Beam giving you great coverage against the current meta especially. And so we're adding Waterfall. Waterfall is kind of the best water type fast move that we can currently add here on this Pokemon. And it's gonna give it an average rating increase of 55, which is really, really cool. By the way, on the right side, you see here, on the left side, the old version, on the right side, the new version. So you see like wins here against Corviknight, for example, or Clodsire, where you're gonna do super effective / neutral damage against, but you're going to lose against Pokemon like the Azumarill now a little bit. But like at the end of the day, Waterfall would just give this Pokemon a fast move that is gonna give it quite a lot of pressure while still generating energy in an okay way, which is gonna allow you to hit like Aerial Ace after 5 Waterfalls. So this would make it a bit slower and sluggish, but still gonna give it a better average rating and gives it more fast move down potential as well there, which would be really cool for Mantine. Nidoqueen is next, adding Poison Sting. The pre-evolution already knows Poison Sting, but Nidoqueen itself doesn't know it, it only knows Poison Jab. And while Poison Jab does more damage and is going to be very cool together with the Poison Fang, Poison Sting just gonna give you a better pacing and makes it basically an alternative to Clodsire. And as you can see here, you actually lose more matchups on the right side. If you take a look at the 2-shield scenario, it looks a little bit better just because you are going to be able to bait more moves, because you're going to be able to get to those air powers way faster compared to the Poison Jab. But again, this would give it a bit of an upgrade here, gonna give it 1 extra win in total there as well against the entire meta, and a better average rating, but it wouldn't make this Pokemon overpowered or whatsoever as well. And so Nidoqueen would be kinda cool with this move. And again, like, you kinda make Poison Fang even a bit fairer, because you're not gonna use the debuff as much as Poison Jab would do, because Poison Sting does just a little bit more fast move, a little bit less fast move pressure. So still would be really cool. I think Poison Sting would be the best move to have on the Nidoqueen. It would also learn Mud Slap, and then we're gonna end up in Mud Slap Poison Jab Poison Fang situation, which you don't really want to be in there. Trust me, you don't want to be in there. Bellibolt. Bellibolt, we're going to add a Weather Ball Water. You see here, the average rating is going to increase while the winds are going to decrease. I don't know why this is the case, but it should be way better with Weather Ball Water, giving it actually good coverage. You could go for Weather Ball Water and Parabolic Charge if you want to have a bit more of a safe moveset. If you want to be a bit more spicy, you're going to go for Zapkin here, which does like a ton of damage in one hit. But basically, Weather Ball gonna give it a really spammy charge move with that one, and great coverage for the weaknesses of Bellibolt. Yes, you're still gonna be weak against any kind of grass type Pokemon, but I would assume for the new meta that grass types are going to be quite rare after Corviknight release tomorrow. which I'm gonna try to showcase as well, so definitely stay tuned and subscribe to the channel if you want to see how Corviknight is gonna do. But yeah, I still think that a Weatherbolt Water is going to be the best move to kind of go onto the Bellibolt. Yeah, very solid stats, but again, you kind of miss coverage on the Pokemon currently with only a pure electric moveset. And now we're going to add Fly on Noctowl, and you might think, oh, that seems to be a bit of a weird one, because like at the end of the day, why would you want to have Noctowl that great again with a Fly instead of the Sky Attack? Sky Attack is a pretty bad move, mainly balanced to, mainly to balance like those broken flying type Pokemon, but Fly actually doesn't really change anything. It's just going to make this Pokemon a bit more usable because you have a cheaper move. Fly is, I think, 45 energy and quite a lot of damage. I think it's a Drill Run clone, and you're going to just be able to get to the move a bit faster. It's going to do nearly the same amount of damage as Sky Attack, and you still have Nightshade as coverage, but it's not going to make this Pokemon overpowered, but it's going to make it better and more usable, because you're just going to be having a better pacing with this Pokemon here. So I would assume that Fly on Noctowl actually would make this Pokemon at least usable again, and that's all I'm kind of aiming for with the video as well. Like, I want to make them solid for the meta, but I don't want to make them absolutely busted, not like how Corviknight looked like for most of the time until they changed it recently. So I still feel like Noctowl with Fly would actually work out quite well. And same goes for Sealeo. I actually would like to see this change also to the evolution of it, but I kind of want to take a look at Sealeo first here. We're going to have Powder Snow, the Water Pulse, as well as the Body Slam currently, with an average rating of 458 with 19 wins and 20 losses. And this goes up to 504 with 22 wins and 17 losses. Just having better matchups against Pokemon like, for example, Corviknight here as well, that you're going to be able to win now. And I feel like it would be a very balanced update here as well, making this Pokemon very fast, solid, but like not too overpowered either. Like, Surf is not the greatest move anymore after they nerfed it. So I do think that this would be a very solid update as well. I feel like Sealeo wouldn't be broken at all, but it would be a very solid meta option, and I think that would be really cool to see. This is my favorite one. Beedrill with Poison Sting is my favorite update here from this list. I think this would be the coolest one, and I do think the rankings here don't give it justice. You're still going to get an increase of 40 average rating and 4 extra wins. Poison Sting is like kind of something that Beedrill is kind of known for. Like, it's literally a Pokemon with a sting there on there, so like, what the hell, why doesn't have it yet? But the thing is, for this one, the issue with Beedrill currently is mainly the pacing. It has actually great charge moves with Exeter and Drill Run, like one stab move that is going to hit quite a bit of the current meta, to be fair, with Exeter, but also Drill Run, which gives you great coverage, especially against also, again, the current meta is going to be literally with Drapion and Clodsire everywhere. So with a Drill Run, it's actually going to allow you to do a solid amount of damage against those Pokemon. And with Poison Sting, you kind of fix the issue of pacing, because after the Exeter change to being basically a pre-nerf Surf clone, so like it's 40 energy, 65 damage, I think, which is quite solid. You need kind of 6 fast moves from Poison Jab in order to get there, which was before they changed it was 35 energy. It was only 5 fast moves of Poison Jab. But this kind of get changed here now with Poison Sting again, because with that you're going to allow yourself to get, I think, Exeter after 5 and then 4 fast moves, so you're going to even be able to outspeed Feraligatr in the 2-shield scenario there as well. So that's going to be very, very nice for Beedrill, and I do think that this Pokemon would have a lot of play. I could see that there might be some certain IVs that you need to get in order to beat certain Pokemon, but I feel like Beedrill with Poison Sting would be a very cool update for the next season. Here we're going to take a look at the only Pokemon from the Open Master League, which is going to be Hisuian Avalugg. This Pokemon, I want to see Media Beam. Main reason for this is Rock Slide got nerfed, so Rock Slide is actually quite a bad move on this Pokemon. You could even ask for like going for Crunch on this Pokemon currently, but what Media Beam does is going to give you some nice neutral coverage that is stab, that's going to boost your own attack, that's going to give this Pokemon just a tiny bit of an edge here. So you're going to see, we're going to be able to win our matchups against Mewtwo apparently, as well as Ho-Oh again, which is really cool to see, and it's just going to feel like not like a waste. Like, Rock Slide currently feels like a waste on the Avalugg, because yeah, it just doesn't really do a lot of damage after the nerf. Like, it really got nerfed hard that you don't really want to use it as often. And Media Beam gives you some more quality, having a different energy cost to a move, having a different power level to a move, allowing you to hit Pokemon like, even Palkia Origin for a lot of neutral damage. It's really, really cool, and so I feel like this would be very cool as a change. Again, it's gonna give it plus 20 average rating and plus 1 win. It doesn't make it overpowered, but it makes it definitely a little bit better than it is currently, and I feel like Hisuian Avalugg kinda got quite a decent nerf over the Rock Slide nerf. And so now we're gonna be at the, I think, second to last Pokemon here. We're going to have Luxray with Volt Switch instead of Spark, and we're gonna see a ginormous rating increase to 24 wins and 15 losses. And it's only an average rating of 522, and you see on the right side this Pokemon is quite balanced in the current meta. There are quite a lot of good ground type Pokemon, which makes it difficult to use this Pokemon generally speaking, but with Volt Switch you're going to be able to definitely have a better time there. It would most likely learn Thunder Shock as well, which is better than Volt Switch, but Volt Switch makes more sense because otherwise it would be maybe a bit too broken. But Volt Switch Luxray is something that we want to see for ages, and it's a squishy Pokemon which has a hard-hitting move with Wild Charge, and also Psychic Fangs to drop the opponent's defense. So I would feel like this would be a really cool Pokemon to run right now, but again, I should be kind of fair, and while 24 wins and 15 losses looks really overpowered, I don't think it would be that overpowered because you don't really have the bulk like other Pokemon like the Corviknight had, which makes things completely different. And now we are here at the final Pokemon, which is going to be Furret. Furret adding Swift. And Furret got Sucker Punch, and Sucker Punch got buffed recently, and I would really like to see Furret being a bit of more of a meta Pokemon. As you can see here with Swift, it's going to have a cheaper charge move now, which is going to be really good for it, and it's a stab move, and we see as well on the right side, this Pokemon is going to be able to win quite a few more matchups with it. 6 extra wins is going to be really cool for this, average rating increase only a tiny bit, but if you give this a better secondary coverage move, it might be even better. Dig got nerfed recently quite a bit, to be fair, and honestly I feel like the Dig nerf could go back again to what it was before. Like, because the Wing Attack got nerfed on Gligar, like, the Wing Attack nerf was more impactful for Gligar in my opinion, compared to the Dig nerf, so it was not really necessary to nerf this move. But it would be really cool to see Furret having a bit of play in League or Battle League, but with Sucker Punch you already have a great fast move now, and with Swift you're going to have a great cheap charge move as well for this Pokemon, and this is going to be my list here. Again, if you want to see more videos like this, feel free to also let me know down below what videos you kind of want to see here that are not like just battles. I always kind of enjoyed these videos in the past, so hopefully you still enjoyed them as well, and I will see you then. Bye bye.